All right, fight fans, welcome back to Sunday Night Fight Season 5 Grand Finale. This is the championship title fight between Barton and OMGPOP. They're tied at 1, and I'm going to give it to my co-casters, Marcus2389 and Peter Come See Ya from Relic, to cast for you game number 3. A very important game, could be decisive. Marcus, take it away.
All right, guys, so Jason, bring us to game 3. We have changed map. Now we are on Langreskaya Summer, that you might remember from Company Virus 1. It has been adapted for Company Virus 2 with some changes, some of which have been implemented recently. And it's Barton playing Soviets again. I'm going, or Jason, will you follow Barton for me this time? Or OMGPOP, who you want to follow?
I'm always following Barton, keeping the colors consistent. He'll be blue. I'm following him. I'm in game. I'm paused at 5 seconds. I'm ready to go. And let me tell you what, Peter, thank you for doing this. It is my pleasure to be reduced to the pure observer. I can just focus on the task at hand. Don't need to talk. I love it.
All right. All right, so let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Peter, tell us more about the story of this map. I know that you had plans to build this since after you were working on the game. I know you have played on this map against Sefa. Is that true? Like when he was there?
Yeah, it was a little bit different at the time. We changed it up. When they came in for the community summit, we definitely had to do 1v1, and Sefa was pretty confident, but fortunately I had a little more time on the game than he did, and it was a great match. Yeah, it was a great match. But yeah, in terms of the development, yeah, it's been a while. Probably a couple months. We started a couple months after post-release. We started working on it, and we wanted to deliver some of the maps that the fans requested, and some of those great memories, and this was part of it, getting some of these classic maps in there.
All right. So we have seen actually Langreskaya, Semolsky. What about Angleville? Is there any?
You know what? I'm asking the same thing. Angleville, right? Like, I mean, that'd be a great one to put in.
Where's Angleville?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. It's one of my favorite maps. It's a very simple, clean map, and so I definitely would love to see it in a 1v1 rotation. So I got no news, unfortunately, to say whether it's coming or not, but you know, I would love to see it personally. Yeah.
All right. So just one thing before we get back in the game. A lot of fans were asking about a future patch for Company Virus 2. Is there anything you can tell us about that, or even just some general hints about the patch, or we just have to wait a little bit more?
I don't know. What has Quinn said? Unfortunately, I missed his catch. I'll have to watch it in the past. Has he said anything about
No, we didn't really talk about the patch at all in the interview. So, for example...
Well, you know, obviously I said in the last cast that I was on, you know, obviously we're still working on the game. There are going to be patches in the future. I can't give you dates, but, you know, I will say that the patch originally started off as just, okay, we're just going to do some fine-tuning, a couple things here, a couple things there. You know, it's going to be a fairly small patch. Before I knew it, you know, we were at 2.5, 3 page document with, you know, quite a bit of fine tuning. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty significant patch. Pretty good changes in there. Some of it was requested stuff. Some of it's maybe stuff that potentially I think improves the game, but hasn't necessarily been talked about recently.
Okay.
But I can't talk too much about. I don't want to talk too much about the content because the patch hasn't been finalized yet. You know a little bit more. You know a little bit about it, Marcos. I think you understand. There's been a couple leaks as well, so I don't know. You might be able to find something online if you look hard enough.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the game right now. Barton is doing 4 conscripts and Molotov's upgrades, while you can tell us about OMGPOP. I'm seeing 2 MGs.
Let's take a look. So yeah, he's doing the same thing. 2 MGs, 2 Grenadiers, and a Pioneer squad. It looks like he's taking that munitions point as his kind of point of conflict, and hoping that Barton will just feed into it. So we'll see what happens. If Barton does the same thing again, it'll be a little depressing. I hope that he just contains and out-techs. That's probably his best approach at this point.
Yeah, I think that right now OMGPOP is still being patient. I think he wants to wait for the Tier 2 and Flame Out truck to come out before pushing to the cutoff of Barton, which seems to be what's going to come since he's building Tier 2 right now. And he's getting again the Minesweeper upgrade. So I don't know if Barton. I didn't see if Barton placed any mine till now. I think he did. And now Barton is playing the impatient game 2. He's staying at distance, looking at
going for a flank
plays.
up here. North area, going for a nice flank to that off.
Now he's flanking
Definitely gonna get this. Move that engineer up quite as well. He'll get the Molotov on, but I don't think he'll get this successful. Oh wow! Look at double-sided flank on Barton's on OMGPOP by Barton. Very well played.
Now OMGPOP has to turn the second MG. Let's see if he will make it.
Oh, he's gonna lose it. He's spread out his units. Yep, he's doing the right thing. Now he got to move that one unit in to right for the Molotov.
Let's see. OMGPOP will retreat in time.
Oh, group suppression on him. Unlucky.
Alright, so there is also Doctrine peaked for Barton. Oh, but I see Doctrine peaked also for OMGPOP. So Barton went again for counterattack tactics, while OMGPOP
same as first game.
Again. Yeah, as first game, lightning work. And since like now Molotovs are having a little bit more impact, Barton was just able to cut OMGPOP off entirely from his fuel ammunition point.
So we're seeing the same thing we did. We're seeing the same thing we saw first game. We're seeing double damage on OMGPOP, double the kill count on OMGPOP. So he's basically doing the manpower drain on Barton, and we'll see if Barton does anything different. So far, it looks like it's the same game as the first game we casted.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like they have called the same units and did the same upgrades for now.
It's a repetitive game.
Yeah, we just have to see if changing the map will change anything at all in the final result. So now those shock troops are on a good way to flank that MG, but it seems like the MG was just moved and Barton just decided not to do that move at all.
I think Barton made a little bit of a mistake here. So he opted in to actually reinforce all his conscript squads. He has the capacity right now to tech up, to get the T-70 or get the T-34, but instead he's decided to reinforce. And I think this might have been a bad move on his end. Getting that T-70 out a little earlier, I think would have been a lot better for him than basically going back into the meat grinder and taking more losses.
I agree, and now there is even the after count. But let's look for a second about Barton. He tried to flank the MGs with the shock troops, but didn't really go well. But that conscript spot in the northwest is now being able to flank. Yes, it's going to flank the MG. But now we are at
This is not looking good. This is not looking good. It looks like the same game, same mistake.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, there's also the flame out truck now, and now that small window of opportunity for that conscript squad is over. He has to retreat before losing the squad. Will he make it with that conscript? Yeah, okay, survived.
Okay, mate. So this is just as a player, if you guys are watching this, sometimes you got to make the decision. Do you reinforce your conscript squad, or do you try to go for the mid-late game? And I think that the right decision in this game was to build an engineer squad, preferably not lose your engineer squad to begin with. Build your tier 1, build your tier 2, get that tech out, rather than trying to re-engage. And I think he just went for that fast re-engagement, but he didn't have the right tools to fight that engagement, and he lost.
Yeah, and now it's going to be very hard for Barton to get out of that situation, since there are 2 MGs covering the cutoff, and Barton has no tier up. He doesn't have either tier 1 or tier 2.
Right.
So I don't see any way for him to get back his cutoff, especially because the flame out track is going to be pretty much uncontested now.
Right.
There's nothing to counter it. Barton is sitting on a lot of munitions. He has almost 160 munitions, but 18 nades will be enough. I don't think that alone will be enough.
He won't get into position. So there's a couple key things to know about this map. Why this map is different from the first match. This map's a lot easier to base camp the player because you can actually hide behind the center hedgerows and use that to kind of cover yourself from direct AT fire. This map has the DP spread out, so it's a lot harder for Barton, for example, to do that cap on the DPs and do an early game drain. And finally, this map just has a lot of red cover coming out of base. So even if Barton does try to push out, he's going against odds. He's not in a favorable situation. So it's a really bad position he's in, and I'd be surprised to see if he can recover.
It seems like after the last patch that basically increased slightly the MG42s, they are really showing us that they are a very valuable unit. You can definitely go 2 MGs and 2 Grenadiers and tier 2, follow up with tier 2 and stay on the field. The MGs have done a great job till now. One of them is even... Yeah,
that's a great strat. If you recognize that though, you see the 2 MGs. What you're seeing OMGPOP do is use those MGs in concentration. He's not spraying them out because they're really easy to flank and they're really easy to take out. So if you see your opponent doing that, you see them taking a territory, don't engage it. That's you're playing their game.
Exactly.
Containment. That's the key word there. Containment. Get a mortar out, tech up, and contain. Because no matter what, you gotta remember. Yeah, those MGs aren't good on the move, right? They're not mobile units, so utilize that.
Or either change entirely your strategy and go for a tier 1 sniper scar combo that might help you getting those MGs out.
It's a little bit risky. It's a little bit risky because if you're losing a little bit of your opportunity, you know, the first minute or two, that's when those things really shine. So, but yeah, no, I think that's definitely viable. Snipers are a huge counter to MGs.
Yeah, of course, once the out track is out, you will be just able to reinforce your MGs, so you have to let your tier 1 pay off with like guards into M3 to kill the flame out track, or air snipers doing some damage. Since snipers are pretty much countered by Grenadier spam right now, since having mass Grenadiers will just make each kill not as important. And now there is a second half track from Barton from OMGPOP out.
Interesting, yeah. Here's a question for you, Marco. Do you think that a 251 or even M5 should have the capacity to reinforce when it's upgraded to the Flamming Warper or the Quad?
Should they have the capacity? Well,
reinforced by squads.
That's an interesting question. I reserve having a bit more time to think about that.
Hell, think about it, but yeah. Maybe it's a question for the audience. I mean, is that something that makes sense? Is that good gameplay?
Well, we are used to that. I think that even the Podinko one will allow you to reinforce squads, but yeah, maybe it should, since it's still
it's a lethal combo. Lethal combo. You got that huge power burst, and you still get the huge utility. It's a just a simple question. That's all I'm saying. It's something to think about.
It is true, but at the same time, I would work on making the basic half track more efficient. For example,
those MG34s. Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah,
weak.
those MG34s. I know Dane has said. Has expressed a lot of things about that, and I think I agree with him on that part.
You gotta. I think from the player's perspective, though, if we were to make those things more efficient and give this unit a combat role, it's going to make the cost go up. And is that something? Would you rather have a low-cost utility half track, or would you rather have something maybe 10 or 15 fuel more that has some offensive capacity on its base? That's something you have to keep in mind.
Alright, so Barton now has the KV1, he decided to go for a no tier and then call in. We have to see if he's able to get that back down.
Oh, nice deflection.
The Panzerfaust, yes, just got deflected.
I think the scatter here. He's got blocked. So you see OMGPOP actually blocking him with his half track so that he can better position that 18 gun. That's a very advanced tactic. Really good play on OMGPOP's side right now.
Yeah. Let's remember our fans what you changed with last patch. So vehicles on the move get scatter increased.
Right. And that's basically in the original Company of Heroes, that's something we had, hits and misses were more actually prevalent, actual hits and misses. COH2 we had to switch to the scatter system, which basically means most tanks hit infantry through scatter. They miss, but they hit because you're within the scattered shot area. Yeah, this did look like a very, very good game for Barton.
Yeah, so it seems like the super tier 1, tier 2, extending tier 1 into extended tier 2 really paid for 3 games in a row. We have 3-0 for Axis for now, and it's 2-1 for Bart. If we check for a second, the stats is 75 kills for Axis and 33 kills for Soviets. So it's really going to hurt. And this time, I want to say that OMGPOP was really able to hold those VPs a bit and the map a bit better than before. So VPs are actually better for him than the first game.
Yeah, and I think that map made it easier to some degree because it's really difficult to extend yourself to the opponent's side to get that VP. So we definitely see longer matches on Langres as a consequence of that.
All right, so Jason, bring us to the Axis wins video, because the Axis wins.
And you're live.
Oh, welcome back, guys. Okay, Jason, tell us how it did go.
I was having fun, man. I was just observing, zooming in, showing some good explosions. Some these MGs in the hands of these players are filthy, man. I would not want to try to go up against these guys.
Oh yeah, they really paid for their cost in all the games till now.
Mm-hmm. They're good. They're good units. Yeah, you got to take advantage of their weaknesses, though.
Yeah, try to get a flank off. These guys cover flanks so well. It's the difficulty.
Well, actually, that's something that Barton did really well. He had some really good flanks, and then, it just came down to the amount of micro that he was kind of forced to do, and I think he made a couple missteps near the end. He could have had a really good early game clutch flank on OMGPOP, but I think he missed a couple clicks, and that wasn't able to fully pull it off.
And then the tech choice. That
would have been awesome. The tech choice, too. I think there was a strategic mistake. Like I said, there's a difference between tactics and strategy, and you have to kind of balance those both. And I felt like OMGPOP had a combination of good tactics and good strategy, whereas Barton was relying really heavily on just tactics.
All right, so Jason went away for a second.
Yeah,
so
I've lost my mouse. I'm trying to just fill time. I'm trying to get hold of my mouse again.
So it's 2-1 for OMGPOP, 3 Axis wins in a row. It really seemed like the Tier 1, Tier 2 paid off in both the occasions. Pop went for the Game 1. We went, just to remember for those who were watching us, who started watching us now. Game 1 was OMGPOP winning pretty heavily in terms of fighting, but Barton had the map control. And he was able to get Barton down to 42 VPs. Then to get OMGPOP down to 42 VPs, and then OMGPOP just woke up and closed the game, taking control of the VPs. Then game 2, Barton was able to pull off a very strong victory with tier 1, tier 2, and game 3 you're just in that.
So it's been Wehrmacht 3 in a row so far. We'll see if the trend can continue, if Barton can once again even it up and send it to the ace game where all those VPs are really going to matter. Right now, before we go to the break, I want to take you guys to the SNF Season 5 fan art contest. And I want to show you some of the submissions. I'm going to show you 7 different submissions. We're giving away 4 honorable mentions, and we have second place and third place, which will receive the skin of their choice. We figure artists would like a skin. And then, of course, the winner of this competition will receive a digital copy of Company of Heroes to use as a gift to bring a friend in, or it makes for a great Smurf account. So, all right, so I'm going to show a slideshow. Keep this music running, and we're going to go from the bottom to the top. The honorable mentions are in no particular order, and here we go. This is the fan art from Season 5. All right, this is Sergeant Dimitri. This is the Sunday Night Fights checkmate with Barton there in the orange shirt on the left and OMGPOP in his helmet. That's playing off of Spezzy's fight cards. I love that. That's a really good hype card that's just straight up his own version of the chess Spezzy fight card. You can see Barton's got his little fists up. All right, next is LaWish, who took a very different approach than many of the other people, and he just did like a filtered, really dramatic rendering of this tiger tank on it. It looks like the fields of Langorskaya, where we are currently in SNF. So that tiger's rolling out, looking for victims. That's another honorable mention. Our next honorable mention is from Nox. And he's got yours truly there in the center, presenting the 2 fighters. I think the Wehrmacht guy looks a little like Beavis or Butthead. I don't know which is which, but he's got he looks like one of those guys to me. And the Russian dude, man, he is huge. I wouldn't want to fight that guy. But I like that one. That's a nice picture of me there. I'm your host announcing, and then we have Braden Chan. This is a funny one. Haircut anyone? This was submitted by Bloodknock49, and he's just kind of having some fun with the memes. You see Peter's rocking the Braden look a little bit. All right, so that's our meme. So I'm just playing with you. So our first runner-up is going to be Strumming Bird and his epic Clash of the Titans and no hold barred fight to the death, the final you've all been waiting for. It's Barton and OMGPOP. Check them out playing with their toys. I love this one. A boxed Semwa set. I want one for Christmas. That would be a great Christmas. All of the Code 2 units and Semoski complete with a church and little trees, and I would make Marco cry. All right, so that's our other runner-up is Sarantini. You also win a skin. He's got a complete comic book with the Kremlin. That's Commander Ami in there. Marcus is in there, like falling asleep, dreaming of Frederica. She even makes a guest appearance. We got a strafing run coming in with multiple targets. Too many targets. We got like MV Game and Kappa up there defeated. And finally, our winner. You knew it was going to happen. It's Ganunga Gap, just the ultimate KO2 artist. This guy, here we have the fabulous world of Sunday Night Fights. You have a sandbag there that stops your mans from going other ways. He's gobbling up Barton. You got OMGPOP chilling in the background. Marco riding the aisle 2. Sturmovic coming in for the strafe. Even got helping hands. And, of course, the famous KV8. All right, guys, those are our awards. I'm going to take us to the break now, and we will be back with the exciting game number 4 of Sunday Night Fight Season 5. Woo, woo.